Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video we will be seeing about the clavipectoral fascia. Before going into the topic proper, I would like to mention all the topics what we are going to cover in this video. So the topics are the situation, extent, attachments, structures enclosed and structures piercing the clavipectoral fascia. So what you are seeing here now is the sagittal section of the anterior axillary wall. So coming to the situation of the clavipectoral fascia. It is situated deep to the clavicular portion of the pectoralis major muscle. So this is the pectoralis major muscle. So this clavipectoral fascia, it is situated behind the clavicular portion of the pectoralis major muscle. So before going into the next topic, that is the extent, I would like to mention all the parts. So here what you're seeing, this is the clavicle. I'm again mentioning this is the sagittal section. So here this is the clavicle, and here what you're seeing, this is the subclavius muscle located in the subclavian groove. Then this is the pectoralis minor muscle. And this is the suspensory ligament. Here what you are seeing, this is the posterior lamina of the clavipectoral fascia. It fuses with the deep cervical fascia, investing layer of deep cervical fascia. Then here what you are seeing, this is the anterior lamina, and this is the fascia covering the pectoralis major muscle. And here what you are saying, this is the axillary sheath. And this is the anterior axillary fold. Now coming to the extent of the clavipectoral fascia. This clavipectoral fascia extends from the clavicle above to the axillary sheath below. So this upper portion of the clavipectoral fascia splits into two lamina in order to enclose the subclavius muscle. So as I already mentioned, this posterior lamina just fuses with the investing layer of the deep cervical fascia. Then the lower portion, it again splits into two lamina in order to enclose the pectoralis minor muscle. Then it fuses again and continues down as the suspensory ligament, which then fuses with the axillary sheath. This suspensory ligament, it pulls the axillary sheath upwards so that the dome shape of the floor of the axilla is maintained. Even when you put your fingers in the axilla, you could feel the concavity. That is mainly because of the suspensory ligament, which is a part of the clavipectoral fascia. So this is the sagittal section of the clavipectoral fascia. Now coming to the frontal view. So here you can see this entire portion, this is the clavipectoral fascia. So let me mention you the structures present before I deal with the attachments. Let us see the structures one by one. What you are seeing here, this is the subclavius muscle located in the subclavian groove in the clavicle. Then this is the clavicle. Then this is the costoclavicular ligament. It is named so because it extends from the clavicle to the costal cartilage, so that it is named as the costoclavicular ligament. Then this is the first rib. So the upper portion of the clavipectoral fascia extending from the costal cartilage to the coracoid process. You might have learned the coracoid process in the scapula. So this portion, this is the coracoid process. Here you can see this is the coracoid process. So the upper portion of the clavipectoral fascia extending from the costal cartilage to that of the coracoid process, it is called as the costocoracoid ligament. Then you can see here the pectoralis minor muscle, which was enclosed by the two lamina of the clavipectoral fascia. Then this entire portion, this is the clavipectoral fascia. Then this is the coracobrachialis muscle, and this is the short head of biceps brachii. Both of them have a common origin, that is from the coracoid process. Then this is coracoclavicular ligament. It is named so because it extends from the coracoid process to that of the clavicle. Coming to the attachments of the clavipectoral fascia. So this green shaded muscle, what we are seeing here, this is the external intercostal muscle. So medially, the clavipectoral fascia, it is attached to the external intercostal muscles of the upper intercostal spaces, and laterally it is attached to the coracoid process. It is attached in such a way that it encloses the whole length of the pectoralis minor muscle. So this is the attachment of the clavipectoral fascia. So we have completed the first 4 topics, that is the situation, extent, attachments and structures enclosed. The last topic what we are going to see is the structures piercing the clavipectoral fascia. Now coming to the structures piercing the clavipectoral fascia. As usual, before going to the topic proper, let me mention all the structures present in this diagram. So this is the investing layer of deep cervical fascia, and this is the posterior lamina of the clavipectoral fascia, and this is the anterior lamina of the clavipectoral fascia. This entire length, this is clavipectoral fascia, and here you can see the suspensory ligament, and this is the axillary sheath, and this is the anterior axillary fold, and this is the fascia covering the pectoralis major muscle, and here this is the pectoralis major muscle, here this is pectoralis minor, and this is the subclavius muscle. Coming to the structures piercing the clavipectoral fascia. So what you are seeing here, this is the axillary artery. Axillary artery is the continuation of the subclavian artery. Hope you might all know that. So one of the branches of the axillary artery, which is the thoracoacromial artery, it pierces the clavipectoral fascia. Then the cephalic vein, which drains ultimately into the axillary vein, it also pierces the clavipectoral fascia. Then the lateral pectoral nerve supplying both the pectoralis minor and pectoralis major muscle. So this is the lateral pectoral nerve. This nerve supplies both the pectoralis major and pectoralis minor muscle. And then the lymphatics, this also pierces the clavipectoral fascia. So the 4 structures piercing the clavipectoral fascia are the lateral pectoral nerve, which is a branch from the lateral cord of the brachial plexus, then the thoracoacromial artery, which is a branch of the axillary artery, then the cephalic vein, which ultimately drains into the axillary vein, and then the lymphatic vessels. These are all the structures which pierces the clavipectoral fascia.